I can't take this anymore. The bright colors, the overly photoshopped faces, the challenges, the all caps titles. I just can't do it anymore. Oh, hi there. I was just having a very real, raw, emotional moment and didn't notice I was filming. Now, I'm sure at some point you were a child, or maybe you still are one. And as a child, you probably watched YouTube. Unless you're too old and YouTube didn't exist when you were a child. In which case, what did you do? Like, did you go outside with your friends? Yeah, right. But if you're like me and you are young enough to have watched YouTube growing up, it's probably quite different to what you watch now. You know, maybe you watched Smosh or PewDiePie back in the day. Or maybe you watched Minecraft videos during Minecraft's initial explosion in popularity. And if that's the case, I am sorry that all your childhood YouTubers are pedophiles. But regardless of what you watched as a kid, you're a big boy now, and now you watch videos made for grown-ups. Maybe it's videos about your hobbies, or multi-hour-long video essays about a topic that you've literally never heard about before. And videos made for kids isn't something you even think about, but they're still very much there. And if you actually dive into what kids are watching these days, you might end up like me a minute ago, in utter despair. Although admittedly the title to this video might be slightly dramatic. YouTube Kids content didn't ruin my life. Trust me, I did that all on my own. However, I can certainly describe it as traumatizing. I mean, the sheer amount of bright colors in the thumbnails is enough to give me an epileptic attack. And I don't even have epilepsy. That and the overly photoshopped faces in the thumbnails to the point where it just becomes extremely uncanny. Now that is something that was popularized by Mr. Beast. I mean, I don't know if he invented it. I think he did. I don't know what other madman could come up with something like that. But regardless, ever since he started doing it, it was swiftly copied by every other family-friendly YouTuber out there. And I honestly cannot tell you why it works. I mean, it clearly works. Mr. Beast is someone that is known for trying to optimize his videos to be as appealing as possible. I just don't know why this is appealing to people. I mean, it's attention grabbing, I'll give him that. It's just attention grabbing in the sense that it keeps me up at night. But it does work, and if something works, all these other channels will just copy it. And it is shameless. I don't mean they just take inspiration from what other people have done. I mean the exact same premise with almost the exact same title, with thumbnails that are nearly identical, to the point where they'll plagiarize someone else's intro nearly word for word.
Today, we're eating 100 years of school lunches by time traveling to every decade to taste some of the best and worst foods ever served in a school cafeteria. On top of that, some of the foods are now banned and illegal to serve in school cafeterias.
Today, I'm eating school lunches from every decade to discover the best and worst foods cafeterias serve. Some of these foods are now banned, and at the end, I'll have to decide which decade's food I think my daughter will like most.
And then you have them taking that concept, changing it slightly, and then everyone starts copying that. There are a few different genres of kids content, but something that you will find in almost every single one is that there really doesn't seem to be any attempt at being original. It really is just the same thing being recycled over and over again. Bright colors is one. The thumbnails are usually full of them, and then they'll often have some kind of like challenge associated to it, like hide and seek in one color, or buying things or eating things that are only in one color. The videos, especially in this kind of vlog genre, even though it doesn't really fit the definition of a vlog, but it's kind of the best name I could come up with, usually have some sort of challenge in them. Anything related to food seems to be pretty popular. And then if you can throw some aspect relating to 24 hours in there, that's usually a bonus. But they never actually like do the challenge they have in the title and thumbnail. I mean, I was talking about Mr. Beast having insane thumbnails earlier, but at least if you see a Mr. Beast video that says he was buried alive for 7 days, you know he was buried alive for 7 days. But then you have a video like this by a channel called The Royalty Family, which you would think is about them only eating 7-Eleven food for a day, which isn't even a crazy thing to do. Like, anyone could very easily only eat 7-Eleven food for a day. Why does this have 35 million views? But the thing is, they don't even do that. The video isn't about them only eating 7-Eleven food for a day. It's about them going to a bunch of different 7-Elevens, and then the wife and son of the family pick a color and then only buy food in that color. And then they eat some of it in their car, which has their family emblem on their headrests. as you do. But if you watch the video, it's pretty clear it wasn't about them only eating 7-Eleven food for a day. It's about them buying 7-Eleven food according to colors. But I guess they must have just not been able to come up with a good title for that, so they just titled it something different. Because why not? Because as I said, the video is literally just like them running around 7-Eleven and buying food. That's all it is. Well, they buy food and motor oil.
This is yellow motor oil. Do we need this? Yeah, why not? It's gonna come in handy, and it's yellow.
I still love her.
I spent so much money on her BBL. I'm in too deep. If she leaves me, I lose half of everything I have. And this channel goes down the drain. I just have to keep loving her. I would just like to point something out here really quickly. Look where this guy's looking. He's not looking into the lens of the camera. He's looking at himself in the viewfinder. This guy, by the way, has nearly 25 million subscribers. He has uploaded over 700 videos to his YouTube channel, and he still can't do one of the most basic things you learn to do when talking to a camera, which is to look at the camera and not look at yourself in the viewfinder. This is not a difficult thing to understand. You make videos for a living. Learn how to make videos properly, please. Now, I've got to give them credit here. Well, not really, but as much as their title and thumbnail isn't that relevant to the content of their video, it's not nearly the most egregious example of that I've seen. I came across this video titled Eating 100 Years of McDonald's Food, Lankybox Craziest Reactions at 3 AM. And the thumbnails shows 1950 to 2050, so immediately I knew it was gonna be good. Now what I expected was basically the same thing as those other videos I mentioned earlier, where they try 100 years of whatever type of food it is that they're making the video about, and it's usually like one meal per decade, and they'll dress up as the people from that decade and do some little skits to keep all the kids engaged. Whatever, standard stuff, right? But boy was I wrong. Instead, I was met with 52 minutes of pure brain rot. So the video starts off with this honestly quite impressive intro.
This is so delicious, Adam!
Yeah, I love Happy Meals. I wish we knew the recipe so we can make it every day. But it's been hidden for 100 years!
I know, let's use this secret portal blaster to go back 100 years and steal the secret Happy Meal formula!
That took effort to animate. I mean, someone put a lot of hours into After Effects to make that. So, you know, props to the editor. So you see, that was them explaining the premise of the video. So I assume now you know what the video is about, right? You don't? Yeah, me neither. So what it actually is these two retards just sit in the corner and play some like McDonald's horror game from Steam where they get chased by Ronald McDonald and they find a grimace shake.
I got some grimace shake! I got some grimace shake! Grimace shake!
This video, by the way, was uploaded like 2 months ago. The grimace shake meme was in June of last year. And in terms of like quick trend memes on the internet, that is ancient. And then during the rest of the video, they play some other games, including but not limited to Poppy Playtime, which is that game that ripped off FNAF's idea of what if things kids usually like are less scary. They do eat McDonald's throughout the video, which I suppose kind of relates to the title. However, I don't really know how to say this, how to describe it, so I'm just going to show you.
It kind of looks like a gloink. It kind of looks like a gloink. It kind of looks like a gloink. You might have cane DNA running through your veins now. You got cane in the veins. You got cane in the veins. You got cane in the veins.
I don't want cane in me.
This is so fussy.
This is a little PSA to all parents out there. If you come across your kids watching a video like this, you really just have to give them the Spartan treatment, which is, you know, you take them and, you know, just Kobe. It really is what's best for them and society. You've also got these animated storytime channels, and I don't mean like Jaden Animations or Odd Ones Out because they actually make a good content. It's a different type of channel. The most popular one I know of is called My Story Animated, or MSA previously My Story Animated. I'm not really sure why they changed it. You might have heard of them. They've been covered by the likes of Jarvis Johnson and Diesel Patches, among others. It's basically this content machine that just pumps out these animated stories that do really well. I mean, you almost never see one with anything less than 5 million views. Videos that include, but are not limited to, My Parents Disappeared and Left Me with 5 Kids, a classic, and I Fell on My Head and Became a Genius. Interesting thumbnail for that one. And also, Dating the President's Son is not quite what you'd expect. Jamie, can we pull up the picture of Hunter Biden smoking crack? Now, I'm not sure if these videos are meant to be taken as if they're real stories from real people. I don't think so. I mean, they're obviously not to anyone over the age of like 12, and that's being generous. But it's kind of confusing because they do also make videos about real people. They made one about Salish Matter, who is the daughter of Jordan Matter, someone with over 20 million subscribers that I've never heard about, who uses his daughter for content. Something which I do not think is okay. Don't use your young children for content, please. Although, to be fair, it seems he worked with Dance Moms back in the day, which is that reality TV show where a fat woman screams at little girls until they cry. So Jordan Matter seems pretty familiar with exploiting kids for money. So the animated storytime videos usually go something like this. You have the main character who faces some sort of challenge in life. Well, actually, before that, it starts with the main character introducing herself and asking the viewer to subscribe.
Hi, I'm Camilla from Brazil. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe. My parents were super rich. Just kidding. We were living in the poorest neighborhood in town. Mom stayed at home and Dad mowed lawns, and we had little to no money. Maybe I should have subscribed to this channel and tried to win $10,000. Hey, you should try that. Subscribe to MSA today, and you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 in just 7 days. Fingers crossed.
I like how she's like, you could win $10,000. Like, no, I'm not saying we're giving away $10,000 because then we might be liable for this fake giveaway. So like, I'm saying you could win $10,000 if you subscribe. Like, it could happen, hypothetically. Like, you could win $10,000. You know, we're not giving away $10,000. Like, it just could happen to you that you win $10,000 if you subscribe. I think I'm gonna start doing that from now on. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, please remember to subscribe to my channel and you could go on a date with Margot Robbie. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it could happen. You don't know. I suppose there's only one way to really find out, and that's to subscribe. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, a popular theme for these videos seem to be that the main character's parents are just the biggest haters in the world for no reason. So in the beginning, the main character's parents are like, you're not a Sigma, you have no Riz, you're not even mewing right now, and that's why we love your brother more than you, because he's literally looks maxing to be a Sigma right now, and he's rizzing up Livy Dunn in Ohio. And you're not doing any of that. So then her parents make her like go work in the coal mines or whatever. And then, you know, throughout the video, she overcomes all her challenges. And in the end, when she finally has W Riz, her parents will come back and be like, oh, we were so wrong about you. We love you now. Please give us money because we're actually poor now. And then she's like, no parents, I actually don't like you anymore because I'm a Sigma now and I don't need parents. So friggin' screw you. It's kind of similar to Darman videos in the sense that it's about a character overcoming some really poorly written obstacles, and then it's supposed to have some like wholesome life lesson in the end. But it's all racket. I mean, this MSA channel posts once a week and every single video gets millions of views. And from what I understand, kids content on YouTube is especially lucrative when it comes to ad revenue, which is why so much of the kids content on YouTube just feels like factory produced slop. It's because it is. I mean, you have these other channels which are kind of like evolutions of Troom Troom and 5 Minute Crafts. And it's basically, they have these 3 characters who are all competing in some challenge, and it's all voiced over by one person who like does the narration and the voices for each character. It's all pretty bad.
With the help of these gold chains, I will turn you into a princess. Get ready for transformation. Emma, you really are the coolest. You're amazing.
Their thumbnails also all basically look the same, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's important to have some consistency in your thumbnails. It's just that looking at these thumbnails would probably melt a Victorian child. Their videos are also all like really weird. I don't know how you could willingly act in one of their videos. Like imagine someone asks you what you do for a living and you're like, oh, I'm an actor. And they're like, oh, so what do you act in?
The money is so good! I had no idea!
Nothing. And there are quite a few of these channels that just seem to do like the exact same thing as the other channels. They all seem to be from like Eastern Europe. It's because they're all white, but they still have that like third world vibe about them, you know? Like I can just tell these guys are definitely from like a former Soviet country. Don't ask me for my source. Yeah, just trust me because I'm right. So what's the moral of the story? Kids' videos are cringe, I guess. It's a brave take, I know. But I really only scratched the surface with this video. I mean, every single channel or genre I talked about today can basically be a video in and of itself. There's just so much content out there. It makes sense. I mean, as far as I know, it seems to be really lucrative to be a kids entertainer. I mean, I don't know how many times while making this, like I'll click on some random video or channel and the person just has like over 20 million subscribers, and it's someone I've literally never heard about before. Just no idea they existed, and they have tens of millions of subscribers. It's insane. So yeah, I guess if you want to make a shit ton of money, just sell your soul to the devil and start making kids content. But not me. I know, trust me. When the devil came down looking for a soul to steal because, you know, he was in a bind and way behind and he was willing to make a deal, and he said, you know, you make pretty good videos, boy, but give the devil his due because I'll bet a plaque of gold against your soul because I think I'm better than you. And you know what I told him? I was like, you know what, devil? My name's Matt and it might be a sin, but I'll take the bet you're gonna regret because I'm the best there's ever been. I'm sorry if you don't know that song. You're probably just like, what's this guy? What's this moron talking about? But if you do know the song, you can do the funny soy Captain America meme. I get that reference. If you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe, or don't, but if you do, you do stand a chance to go on a date with Margot Robbie. So, I think it's pretty worth it, guys. So that's it. Goodbye.